Every week we see highlight reel dunks, crossovers, and shots, but this video is for those who truly love defensive highlights, the kind that never makes SportsCenter's top 10 or your social media feed. These are the smartest stops you've missed this week. Let's start with OKC in Memphis. Two defenders momentarily are on the ball with a late switch, leaving the roller wide open, forcing Isaiah Joe to pinch in from the weak side, which means Alex Caruso is taking responsibility for both weak side shooters. And on this skip pass, just watch the speed. He doesn't even track the ball, he just sprints to his closeout. Then Isaiah Joe, almost on a string, executes a perfect X-out with Caruso, switching men on the pass and forcing the missed shot. You could make countless highlights from watching OKC's defense every game, so let's stay on them for one more. Same game, different layer. Memphis runs a high ball screen and J-Dub recovers to the popper but gets beat on the closeout. Just watch how instantly Chet switches onto the driver and J-Dub executes a peel switch onto Chet's man. Great wall up at the rim and he fights for that rebound. That's OKC's defense for you. No panic and no easy baskets. Now let's shift gears to Miami vs. Portland. Davion Mitchell up to his classic lockdown defense against Denny and forces the kick out. And then Jovic gets blown by on the closeout, and before Grant is even by Jovic completely, Davion is already rotating over, sets his feet, and takes the charge. And if you love charges like I do, well, these next plays are for you. Watch this one. Minnesota tries to hunt Brunson with an inverted ball screen, and Randall splits the Brunson hedge. But Josh Hart is here to save the day. He's loaded up from the weak side corner, slides in outside the charge circle, and takes it square on the chest. Who needs a highlight reel block when you've got positioning like Josh Hart? Next, let's take a look at Phoenix's game plan versus Wemby and the Spurs. Headed into this game, Wembanyama was averaging 30 points per game, but the Suns held him to just 9 points as they came out with the win, and I broke down this entire game actually on my Substack, so if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description. But the main takeaway, they were willing to switch everyone onto Wemby. They just had to be super physical. You can see this play, Grayson Allen's the first to switch onto him, then Dunn switches the back screen and jams Wemby right in the chest. And you can see Booker at the top pointing down, making sure the backside help is loaded up. Dunn continues the battle against Wemby to front the post. Good on-ball pressure by O'Neal to force the lob, and Williams comes over to secure the deflection steal. That's not just effort, that's game plan execution and precision. On the flip side, the Suns ran into the Warriors and Draymond Green doing Draymond Green things. The Suns try to set up an action for Booker, but Moody pokes the ball away, and now Book regathers it and waves the play off and tries instead to drag the Warriors big out for a high ball screen. Draymond Green sniffs it out and immediately fly switches onto the screener himself, allowing Draymond to be the one switching on to Booker in the ball screen. The Suns flow into a second side attack, but Golden State is still able to come up with the stop. And you could probably find 10 clips of Draymond Green doing things like this every week. Speaking of which, let's go back to the Heat because they have some amazing defensive plays too, especially with Davion Mitchell. Portland runs a simple step-up pop, but Davion reads it a mile away and jumps the passing lane before anyone sees him coming. That's elite pattern recognition. Later in this game, Portland runs a double ball screen and the Heat switch everything, which means Jrue Holiday is looking to attack Larson one-on-one. But Mitchell digs in off the corner off Kamara to help out. Holiday kicks it, Mitchell runs Kamara off the three-point line, and almost on a string, Jaquez comes out from the corner to switch onto the driver, and Davion peel switches from behind to the corner to intercept the next pass. That's the complexity of the Miami Heat defense and why it's been so effective for so many years. In this next clip, we can see Atlanta guarding a common Spain ball screen action in the NBA, but watch how the Hawks guard it. Instead of switching the big onto the ball handler, the Hawks run switch from the guard who's setting the back screen, allowing the big to stay big on big while Dyson Daniels peels off to the rising shooter. This is one of my favorite ways to guard Spain action. Another common action is the double ball screen, which we've already seen once in this cut up, but this time let's watch how Boston blows it up. Derek White is guarding that first screener, so he switches hard onto the ball and completely blows up that second screen action. Celtics stay solid throughout the rest of the possession and force the tough shot across the lane, but I love how they guarded that double ball screen play. Here's a pure personnel IQ play from the Knicks. Minnesota pushing it in transition and gets Brunson in a cross match onto Edwards. Not an ideal matchup for the Knicks, but Mitchell Robinson recognizes it almost immediately, roams off Gobert from the gap, and actually comes over and gets the block against Ant. That's not just length, that's awareness, seeing a mismatch and reacting to neutralize it. Let's finish by giving some love to Portland, who handed OKC their first loss of the year. SGA kicks out on this play, relocates, and gets the ball back, but watch Jrue Holiday. He doesn't chase the cutter, he stays in the gap, and doubles SGA as he's trying to isolate Denny. And everyone behind Jrue Holiday rotates perfectly. It's fun just to watch how connected this Portland Trailblazers team is, and of course Jrue Holiday doing Jrue Holiday things. And if you haven't watched the full Portland Trailblazers defensive breakdown yet, make sure to check that out next, because they're ushering in a pressure defense like we haven't seen in over a decade. But to finish this week's highlight, let's shout out OKC one last time, doing what every defense dreams of: frustrating the star player. Ja Morant visibly frustrated against OKC, who went under every ball screen all game long. And by the third quarter, you can see he's had enough yelling at his own bench. Those are your defensive IQ plays you missed this week. If you spot something you think should be featured next time, drop it in the comments or tag me on social media. And if you're a player who wants to develop these reads and your own lockdown skills, well, check out the Lockdown Academy with full workouts and full film sessions and everything you need to become a lockdown defender. In fact, even if you're not a part of the Academy, you can sign up for a live Q&A at the end of this month. The link is in the description below. Hope to see you there and hope you've enjoyed this video. As always, I'm Coach Mike with Lockdown Defense. Keep up the hard work.